fault. It's a sit down. And we're here with the Cloudtalk Podcast. My man Joe is here representing the Cloudtalk Podcast. And yeah, man, I just wanted to invite you here to give you an opportunity. I seen your podcast like maybe a couple weeks ago. This might have been a month ago by now. I probably reached out to you when?
I think it was a few weeks ago, yeah.
Yeah.
But, I really appreciate being able to come on here, Always love coming on different platforms, you know what I'm saying? Yep. Just getting the word out about everything.
Yeah, sure. That's what we're here for. Like, I created this to just really have other, like, artists and other business people to come on here and be able to really give out what they're doing and what they're bringing to the culture.
Yeah, 100%. 100% got to.
So could you tell me a little bit about yourself? Like, what got you started into doing the podcast?
Well, actually, now I do two podcasts. As you mentioned before, I do the Cloudtalk Podcast. But the first one that really got me into podcasting was Hip Hop Drop Date. I did it with two of my friends from my freshman year from college. Shout out to Vince and Keanu. Okay. They're my dogs. Like, they're still like some of my best friends. We've been moving with that for the past ever since January 2019. But Keanu was the one that originally proposed it, and he was like, let's do a podcast. Like, I feel like it might be dope, like as a hobby. And then, like, I wasn't really like, I was a student at the time. I was just getting out of school, like, trying to figure out what I wanted to do because I realized school wasn't for me. Yeah. So, like, basically, I just took it and ran with it. Like, I came up with the idea for us to do hip-hop because we all talk about that shit all the time, you know? Because I was like, well, we always just talk about it, so why don't we just, like, put it online? Yeah.
Natural. So, I want to go back to something you said that interests me. How did you find out that school wasn't for you?
Honestly, man, I've known that since, like, high school. Like, I've always struggled in the classroom. Like, the thing is that I have a great work ethic, but it's only on things that I want to do. Same. I'm really fucking picky when it comes to... I'm allowed to cuss on here, right? Yeah. All right, cool. I just wanted to double check. Yeah, I'm just really fucking picky of what I want to do. Right. So, like, if you're telling me about, like, science, like, molecules and shit, like, that shit's cool, but it's not my headspace. It's not the way my brain's wired, man. So, like, I just, like... I don't know, I've always been chatty. Like, even back in high school, like, my teachers always thought I was a problem kid because I was talking too much in their classes. So I was like, man, I might as well just talk for a living, bro.
Exactly. And, like, because, like, that's the same thing with me. Like, I felt like school just wasn't for me. And then when you involve, like, tests and shit, it always makes that shit, like, shit ain't fun. Yeah, like, I rather pick up something and just learn how to do it. Like, the same thing with music. Like,
exactly,
learn how to do it and you fall in love with it.
And that's how I am. I learn by doing, too. I'm not a visual learner at all. I have to actually do it. And the first time, I'm going to botch it 100%. But the second time, I'm going to get it right. Exactly. No doubt.
Same here. So, what made you want to... Well, we already kind of went over that. I guess you like talking. So, what are the things that... how has the podcast improved your life?
Improve my life?
Yeah.
It gave me a sense of purpose. Because for, like, again, like, it was, like, in a period when I was between school and figuring out what I wanted to do. So then, like, I realized that it was my passion, and then I just ran with it for real. That's essentially it, honestly.
Right.
Yeah.
And I feel like everybody has to, like, find their passion and then go for it. Because if you don't have a purpose, then shit, I don't know what else you got left.
Yeah, I've been very blessed with, coming from a family that always wanted me to pursue my dreams, you know, my dad wanted me to go to college, but, like, my parents, like, the both of them, like, they were like, listen, like, if you can't do it, if you don't want to do it, you don't have to. And you can figure out what you want to do another way. So that's what I did.
I can tell you're an interviewer because you just almost led me right into my next.
I wasn't even trying to do it like that, bro. It's honestly just like I do it on accident, man. Like, even when I'm talking to friends, I be leading them to the next thing, and I'm like, damn, I didn't mean to do that, but like.
Yeah. So where are you from? Like, where's you originally born from?
I'm from Alexandria, Virginia.
Okay.
I grew up in Nova. Oh, are you from there too? Oh, for real? Yeah. Wow. Yeah, I went to West Potomac High School.
Oh.
Where'd you go?
No, I would have went to TC.
Oh, you went to TC?
I would have went to TC.
The Titans.
The Titans.
Revenge of the Titans. Remember I said Revenge of the Titans. Remember the Titans. That's a great movie.
Yep. So have you moved anywhere else?
Yeah, well, now I live in Richmond. Okay. I originally moved there to go to VCU. And I've been, like, hopping around, living with different friends here and there, hopping from crib to crib after each lease. Right. You know what I'm saying? Just figuring out what I want to do and shit, man. Because, like, just trying to get through school and then now trying to hustle with this stuff, with the Clout Cloud and stuff. Yeah.
Let's see, what else I got here in my questions my deep dive question. So we know what your purpose is already. What is your upbringing like? How has that like collided with what you're doing now? Like, how has that helped you?
My upbringing?
And what was your upbringing like?
My upbringing, honestly, I came from a pretty nice household.
Okay.
My dad, he passed away a few years ago, but it's okay. But thank you. He owned a restaurant company up in Northern Virginia. So yeah.
Oh, so you basically grown up in like business, pretty much.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, I've always wanted. That's why I originally went to school. I wanted to be in business management, but then I realized it was too much math.
Yeah, exactly.
But yeah, I've always had like a little bit of a head for it because he would always like run me through books and stuff. Well, not like always, but like on occasion, he would just like show me the ropes, you know. Because I originally wanted to join that company, Great American Restaurants.
Right.
So yeah.
Shit, I don't think, in my opinion, I don't even think you really need like school to like become a business person.
I don't think so either, especially in like the hip hop industry too, because a lot of it is so unprofessional. Like a lot of the people who are more business oriented, like and like want to do things like on time, people dress a certain way, like certain shirt and tie shit. Like that does not have a place in hip hop. Like I know people who have like wanted to do deals with like our brand and have left because of just the way, not the way we move, but the way other people were moving alongside of us. You know, so they just like we're rocking. So
yeah, I mean, shit, I like how I show up to work today.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, exactly. You can just be comfy.
Exactly. That's how I like to live my life, bro. Like,
comfy,
doing whatever you want to be.
Exactly.
So, how has your upbringing like kind of affected what you do now? Like,
you know, honestly, there was definitely a learning curve with having to go back and listen to older music. Like, cause I had listened to a lot of like Kanye and Drake. So, but I had to go back. Like, obviously, I knew who Jay-Z was, but I had to go back and listen to all his shit. Man, I mean, that was a little bit before I started podcasting, but it was just, there was definitely a learning curve with having to like adjust to like all the different shit that I'd like and appreciate the older shit that pay homage, you know what I mean? Because like my favorite rapper is Lil Uzi, you know what I mean? Old heads are screaming at eternal take, you know what I mean?
I know you love that. I like the second one better, in my opinion. I like that joint.
I think they were both crazy.
Yeah, they were.
But again, like he's my favorite artist. Yeah. So like, not my favorite artist of all time, but my favorite artist like right now. For like this generation. Yeah. So like again, like my favorite artist of all time is probably Drake, Kanye, Biggie. Like homage, you know what I mean? If you cover hip hop, you have to know everything about it. So I made it my mission to learn everything about what happened, you know?
Yeah. It's crazy because Crick said, I bet he knows everything about this shit.
Yeah, man. I definitely had to go back and, you know, do my due diligence. Study, man. Study for real.
Hey, that's dope, bro, because we actually got a show that we're trying to like start. It's going back through the 2000s hip hops and shit like that.
Oh, nice.
So I'm pretty sure one of these probably one of the episodes will probably have you come on. Then you know a lot about that shit.
Oh, hell yeah, I'm down.
What's your favorite? Go through some of the best songs for you for 2000s up to 2010.
2000s up to 2010. Whew, that's a great era. Can I include 2010?
Yeah. Let's say best song in your opinion 2000.
No, fuck that. Let's go 05 2015.
Okay. 05 2015. Well, that's like Wayne's run. You know what I'm saying? That shit was crazy. Carter 3, when that dropped? Was it 04 or 05 or 06?
06.
It was 06? Yeah.
See, Kirk knows all the shit. I'm not. My memory is terrible on that shit, but he knows all that shit.
Generic ass answer, but I gotta go with Got Money for that. You know, for that tape. But again, like I lean more towards Ye. I feel like My Beautiful Dark Twisted Fantasy was probably the best album that's dropped in the past 15 years. I'm 23.
Okay, so yeah, Ye for our generation. Yeah, for our generation.
Exactly.
It's fair Kirk over here, man.
I'm cheesy, man. No, people don't give it enough credit, though.
Beautiful Dark Twisted Fantasy?
Yes. You don't think so? Man, I see all the blogs saying that was like the best album of the decade.
Period, yes.
Yeah. For Kanye was like a big deal for like our generation. You know? Like I felt like he like kind of like shifted everything to make like rappers who like wasn't like the tough thug rappers. He kind of like shifted the whole range for like a whole lane for like the Drakes and things like that.
Him and Wayne too. Wayne too. I mean, Wayne inspired Thug and Future inspired a generation, man. Like ever since that 2016 XXL class.
That's a fact. Yeah. Atlanta's been coming.
100%. They've become a hub, like a serious hub. They're probably up there with New York now.
So, what do you feel like we gotta do as like the DMV? You from the DMV area, so like, what do you feel like you gotta do in the DMV area to kind of get us to kind of get to that same level as like Atlanta or something like that?
Well, I think it starts at the top, and I think Pharrell and Pusha T are both doing a great job with that. Obviously, Pharrell is Something in the Water, which unfortunately just got canceled. Probably a good call at the end of the day amidst everything that's going on. I'd say that's a big step, bringing a major festival to Virginia. Pusha T just started an independent record label, Airwave Music Group. That is huge. That's huge. Like he's the president of good music, you know what I'm saying? Like to have him start up a label for Virginia artists only. Super tough. And like I've been in I've talked to a lot of the artists that they've been talking to. That great talent selection as well. Yeah, like Kari 1K. I just had a meeting with him last week.
Isn't he from
Petersburg?
Somewhere? Okay, yeah. I hear his name a lot around here.
Oh yeah, he hard. He hard. He sounds a lot like YoungBoy to me, which I think he might struggle a little bit with that with like the internet trolls. But I think overall, like he's gonna make it. He's a real humble dude too. Nice guy. Nice guy for sure.
Oh, matter of fact, see, look, this is how I don't know shit about my own show. You played this motherfucker's song
last week.
Yeah.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I knew something sounded familiar by his name, yo.
Which joint you play? The one with Rondo?
What was it?
We dedicated the whole show
Rondo
to
was on. I remember saying something about Rondo.
Quavo Rondo. We played that one.
Okay,
We did Trenches and another song.
Trenches go hard. Yeah, no, Kari 1K is super tough, man. Shout out to him.
Yeah, I apologize to all the artists. I fuck up their names and all that shit. I'm an artist myself, bro. I stay in the studio, so I'm sorry. But yeah, I mean, I think it's dope that Pusha T's doing that shit, cause like, I feel like, especially we doing here in Fredericksburg, like with the different labels that we're starting, we're just trying to create like a unity, trying to make like our own like Atlanta, our own like area or hub for music. You know what I mean? And kind of bridge the gap between Virginia, DC, and Maryland, really.
And honestly, man, like that's the key. Like I said, it starts from the top, but everyone everywhere needs to work to really make this shit rise. Because if you think New York was just like two people at the top, was just Jay-Z popping up,
every borough has fucking stars.
Exactly, yeah. And then they all combined and created just an epicenter of rap. Like,
you ever watch Drink Champs with Nori?
I haven't actually.
I watched that.
I'm kind of familiar with it. I've heard of it.
Yeah, that jump, it's a good show. I watch that podcast like all the time. And every time he brings like New York people on, they always have all these stories of them coming up, and it's like I was like, damn, like, it's some shit that like we can have start ourselves. You know what I mean?
Exactly, yeah. And I think Virginia's going to get there soon. Like, I really think we're about to blow. I really think we're about to blow like the next like 5 years.
I think so too.
Yeah,
I think so too. Especially since I'm here, yo.
Yeah.
My fault, guys. So I had to throw that in there.
Nah, man. But no, for real. Like, there's a lot of blogs that are starting to pop up now that are getting larger. Media companies like ourselves, the Clout Cloud. Yeah, like we're definitely.
And these are important. Like I was telling Kurt, that's one of the main reasons why I wanted to get you here, so we can all connect with each other from around the area. There's a lot of podcasts I've seen out in Norfolk. Wave TV, shout out them. The Bare Minimum podcast I've seen. I want to like connect all of us to maybe we can throw podcast events and festivals and things like that.
Hell yeah, that'd be hard. That'd be really hard.
Like you said, the same thing as the artists. If we can connect all of our brands together, then everyone will know shit. These are our brands from the area, just like Breakfast Club and all the things right there. You know, in New York. That's pretty much what we're trying to do.
And that's a great way to just grow each other mutually, because people who are interested in one of them be like, oh, they're working with all these brands, let me check them out too. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
Yeah, that's perfect. That's a great mold.
Exactly. So what gets you going in the morning? Like what wakes you up and gets you grinding?
The future. The future, man. Like, I have a vision for myself and where this brand is going to go, and I think that we can really make it happen. Man, the past like 3 weeks we've been working on throwing this music festival that was going to happen in Richmond. We were actually about to announce, and now it's just been postponed, so I'm just figuring out what to do now. I have a bunch of content on my laptop though, and I'm probably just going to start pushing that. Yeah. But it doesn't mean that the future won't be bright, it'll just be pushed back a little bit.
Exactly.
Yeah, man, this coronavirus is a pain in my fucking ass.
It is, bro. It is, man. It is. Like, it's stopping everything.
Yeah.
Like, and now they're talking about, like, rumors are, I don't know how true it is, but they're talking about putting us under like these lockdowns or whatnot.
Yeah, the quarantines and shit.
Keeping us in the fucking house for 2 weeks. I don't think I could do that shit, dude. I'd be going crazy.
Yeah, man, my girlfriend's loading up on alcohol right now.
You have to, yo.
To make it through, man. It's gonna be mad boring.
You're gonna need a lot, because I don't even know if I can do a week in the house.
That's what I'm saying.
And if we can't even like walk around our neighborhoods and shit like that, oh my god. That shit, yeah.
It's going to be crazy. It's really going to be crazy.
But it's wild because everything, if you walk around, well, at least here, it seems like nothing's going on. No one's really, maybe the stores look a little bit slimmer because the people buying shit. But other than that, me and Kirk just went to Pizza Hut the other day and sat down and had a nice meal, like nothing.
Yeah, man. Exactly. It's normal. It's normal life for most people, but the thing that we all need to do as a community, though, I feel like, is we need to realize that this shit is real, though. Because, like, I was just talking to my friend's girlfriend. She's my friend, too. I was talking to my friend. And she was saying that, like, one of her roommates brought this boy whose sister's mom's cousin's mom got diagnosed.
Oh, shit.
So it's like, yo, why are you bringing him around here? Because they all interacted with each other, you know what I'm saying? So it's like, it's really how it works. Like, dap up, coughing the wrong way, like, and it's gone. It's a wrap. Especially with people with respiratory problems, man. But I mean, it's a whole thing. We can talk about this forever.
I'm telling you, bro. That shit is wild. Like, well, while we still on the topic, do you feel like, are you a conspiracy theorist of any sort?
Not really. I mean, if there's merit to it, I'll look into it. Okay. But like, if it's just bullshit, then it's just bullshit.
So now, how do you feel like this came about?
Ooh. Honestly, I'm not sure. I mean, they said it mutated from animals, correct? I'm honestly not like super caught up on it.
I from what I heard, it was a bat.
Yeah.
That they eat something like that. In the country that came from in Asia, of course they said they eat bats or something.
Yeah, in China.
Yeah. I'm not sure how true that shit is, but my theory is, yo, and I have some crazy ass.
You think it's biological warfare?
I think so. Okay. because I think there's a lot of videos. Back in 2015, I actually watched some shit on this, where it's like, come the new decade, that's gonna be the new way of war. You know what I mean? They're gonna try to eliminate. They're trying to figure out how to create the most impact without causing, like, you can't do nuclear bombs. Pretty much eliminate. Once someone does a nuclear bomb, that's pretty much
the world's over.
Yeah, you're pretty much saying fuck you and myself.
Exactly.
So they're trying to figure out ways they can eliminate places and without really causing too much damage.
Absolutely.
So I feel like China, that place in China, being that it's a couple different things. I think for one, it's a fucking election year. Things always happen like this in election years, to either throw shit off, some wild. It's always some wild. You never know.
Well, I mean, in World War II, they had to extend FDR's presidency. That's all I'm gonna say. That's all I'm gonna say on that.
And I know, if I'm not mistaken, we had somebody on the podcast this last Sunday. And I think he said, correct me if I'm wrong, Cook, I want to say he said that that the jump started. Damn, I forgot what the fuck he said, yo. And it was a good point that he said too, man. You remember what he said?
About he said a lot of points.
Yeah, it was something about
what, the guns or martial law?
It'll come back to me. But yeah, I feel like that's what it was. The Ebola, all those things. Those happen at the same time, like election years. Yeah. That's why things like that like make me tip off, like, damn, man, like all this shit like connected, yo.
Yeah.
Like it's wild as shit. But
those patterns are weird, man. Keep your eyes open.
Yeah, you got to. You really got to. So let's continue on through my fucking questions. I like when we get off subject and talk about random shit. So what do you want to achieve in life?
I want to be able to use my platform to have showcase musicians who should be highlighted.
Okay.
And I feel like there's so many people in this world without a voice who have a lot to say. And I feel like my platform is it right now. Currently, it's a small way of doing that, and I hope it turns into a bigger one.
Yeah, hell yeah, I like that. Bro, I like this guy, yo.
I appreciate that, yo. I appreciate that.
Trying to tell you.
Trying to be real, man.
Hell yeah, bro. So, take me through a day in the life of you, bro. Like, what would a day in the life be of you?
Recently, man, it was booking that damn festival. I was getting a lot of sponsorships locked in, booking artists, talking to people, just making sure everything was straight. Otherwise, though, on a normal day when the Clout Cloud isn't throwing a festival coming up, it would be more like editing, networking on my phone, LinkedIn, stuff like that. You know? A lot of stuff like that.
Now, do you normally like those shows, or you like to normally know how to book shows and book people for shows?
Absolutely, yeah. The Clout Cloud's thrown some local shows in Richmond. We started off in the backyard, and 50 people showed up, all from VCU.
Wow.
Then we transitioned into a venue. It was called Shout Out to Poor Boys. We sold that venue out with 350.
Wow.
Like a few months later.
That's good.
And then we were transitioning into throwing an actual festival with main headliners that, like Kari 1K was going to be one of them. Some other guys who have tons of streams on Spotify, a bunch of juice around the area. It was going to be a very, very exciting event.
Yeah.
And it's just not going to be happening now.
It's going to happen at some point.
We had some great sponsors too.
Yeah.
Yeah, man. Some of them were like also being like highlighted as something in the water and stuff. Like it was gonna be a big deal for us. But now we're putting it on the back burner, and we're just gonna make it better in the long haul.
Exactly. That's that's the best way to do it. I think at some point, sometimes you get a knock in the road, but it's just always to bring you to like something better. You know?
Absolutely, yeah. So like what we're going to do is we're just going to try and acquire more capital so we can try and book artists who are even bigger. Exactly. So our headliners, people still show love for them, right? Because they're tough. Have someone even a little more popular, popular. Not to say anyone's bigger or better than someone else, but some people just have more fans at the stage of their career. Yeah,
exactly. Hell yeah, bro. I like everything you're doing and you bring it to the game, man.
I appreciate that.
That's why we created this platform, and so we can have you and other people, you know what I'm saying, that are bringing shit to this culture of the DMV culture and bringing what they are bringing to the game.
And that's the way. And that's the way to do it for sure, for real.
So speaking about bad situations, how do you handle bad situations that come about? Like for me, today I stepped into some fucking dog shit, and that shit pissed me the fuck off. So like, how do you handle some shit that just like?
I try and turn them into good ones. I like, as you say, you can turn everything into gold. You know, you turn coal into diamonds. Is that what it is? Yeah, bro. Like lemons into lemonade.
We love gold around here.
Yeah. Oh yeah. 100%. Yeah. But yeah, man. You just gotta spin it in a way that you can profit from it. Right. Whether that be actually profiting with money or profiting with success or with more buzz around your brand or anything. That's my outlook on it. You just gotta stay positive, because at the end of the day, if you beat yourself over the head, like, you're fucked.
Exactly.
You gotta be your own best friend. You know.
That's a fact.
Yeah.
That's a fact. So. Take me through one of the lowest moments in your life, and how did you come back from it?
When my dad passed away from cancer, I was struggling a lot in school. All my teachers, they were like, "What the fuck? He's skipping. He's being a little dickhead. What's wrong with him?" Because my guidance counselor didn't tell them what happened. Right. So like. One time my mom got 4 emails from 4 separate teachers. I had 7 teachers, right? And then she was like, "There's no way they all know," you know. So then she like emailed my guidance counselor like, "What's going on?" Right. And I got a little bit of a pat on the back. Like, I wasn't going to graduate, man. Right. Like, that's unheard of from like where I come from. Like not graduating. Like, people would be all my friends would have been laughing, all like that, and I was so depressed. I mean, they wouldn't have laughed because they wouldn't have understood. Right. But you know what I mean.
Yeah, I get you. Yeah.
And then so basically, man, like that just weighed on me for a while. Like when I was 18, you know, I didn't really know how to like show it. Exactly. So I was struggling. Then eventually, I got out of high school, started going to VCU. And then really once I left home, it started to kick in, and then I started battling with a lot of like depression and anxiety stemmed from that. Right. It was definitely tough, yo. It was definitely tough. Was dealing with a lot of bad shit, but you know, I came out at the end of it stronger. I had to kick through it and just. I was surrounded by a lot of people who cared about me, and I think that's the main thing that picked me up through it.
Exactly.
And now I'm a lot stronger for it, and now I feel like I can deal with any problem that passes me.
And that's what we gotta keep on, and also telling your story, because I feel like, and that's one reason why I asked some of those questions on here, is to kind of like, a lot of people don't really ask those questions. I found like on the platform, so I just wanted to like dive in deeper. And here at Gmod Productions, a lot of our shows deal with mental health and things like that are to help people who are going through things that happen, because it's things that happen to people all the time, losing loved ones, and unfortunately the world just keeps on fucking turning, so we have to figure out how to deal with these things that are happening while the world is turning. So I mean, by you coming through that and being able to express that story, I mean, I applaud you on that one, man.
Thank you, I appreciate that, yo.
For real. So
appreciate that.
We're going
Let's do. You know who I think is a sleeper though, who we're probably not going to talk about too much, so I want to bring them up? Urbo. Like, I'm actually not like a big Urbo fan, but I think he's got mad like bars when you actually listen to him. I'm just not too big of a fan of his flow. Like, he's like, it's like a little like, it's a little better than Blueface, bruh. Like, he's a little offbeat, and I know he does it on purpose, but
I wouldn't even compare them. I feel like
compared to
Blueface
is like
G Herbo is like has a lot of respect in the game. Not like in Blueface might have respect, but it's like I don't even want to like comment on Blueface's name right now. I just don't.
G Herbo's got a lot of.
I don't know. G Herbo does, but like I feel like you can't. Yeah, he does. Like he's like. Yeah, he's got a flow like.
You got a little break there. So man, normally on the What's This podcast, since you are into the social media topics and the hip hop scene, I'm gonna go through some Twitter shit that we normally go through on the show. That I go on my Twitter, man. Twitter's a wild fucking place.
That's just a jungle, bro.
I'm warning you right now, yo. I don't know what the fuck's gonna be coming through my shit, but all right, let's see here. Okay, the NFL will no longer suspend players' positive tests for marijuana.
That's a dub.
That is, and I'm telling you right now,
management
here in Virginia, they're starting to get rid of the legal. I think what are they? Decriminalizing marijuana now. Mm-hmm. And I just fucking my job, bro. They were just fucking getting on my nerves about fucking drug tests and shit, and kept drug testing and shit.
Hopefully they don't watch this,
bro. No, it's already done. I already got rid of that.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, they already got rid of it.
Got you.
So fucking so I'm sitting there like, yo, now this shit wants to be over. Wow, like literally 2 days. Literally 2 days they announced it. Mm-hmm. Yeah, I'm like, damn, bro. Like I can't even get not a break. Man.
Nah, man. I feel really bad for a lot of, in the NFL, a lot of athletes who've been suspended without pay for that shit, and now it's just like completely.
And it helps. It really does probably help them, especially football. You got a lot of pain and anxiety, shit like that. Like, man, they need that.
Definitely, yeah. Definitely.
So, what do you feel about texting first?
Texting first?
Mm-hmm.
Like with like a joint?
Yeah. Would you like, okay, so
you gotta text first.
If let's say you text a joint, right? And
should my girl know this?
Hey, I'm pursuing something right now too, so I'm treading lightly too. But look, so all right, so if you're texting a girl, right, and y'all having a nice conversation, blah blah. The next day comes, the texting stops, and you say hey, she says hey, you say what's up, no text back. Now what do you do?
I mean, at that point, that conversation is mad dry. What's up? Come on, man. You gotta. I mean,
gotta hit
it with something a little more flavorful than that. Because at that point, I'd be mad at myself. But like, I mean, if she's really feeling you, she probably hits you.
So would you?
But
do
if you gotta
text.
Maybe like a day later.
Okay.
But not like 5 minutes later, or like an hour later. I'd wait a little bit. Like, I'd probably wait to be on moves. I'd be like, invite her to something. Exactly. Because that's like a casual way to text someone.
I hope y'all are taking game right now. my man Joe is giving y'all a game right now.
Come on, yo, don't sleep. Don't sleep. I'm sorry, Sarah. I'm sorry.
Alright, the hardest pill to swallow. Shit, what's your hardest pill to swallow, man?
My hardest pill to swallow?
Yeah.
That not everything can move on my time. That's the thing. I'm a very like proactive person. I like to get shit done, but sometimes things rely on other people.
Exactly.
Like if I'm about to pull up to interview someone, they're gonna be hella late or some shit. It's just like damn. But it's like I mean, it's okay because I know other people are
I
busy.
think that comes from like anxiety, yo. I had that same shit. That's why I be smoking all the fucking time.
Yo, I used to smoke weed heavy, but I quit like a few years ago because that shit made me more anxious. To be honest,
Okay.
I don't know, bro. There's something in my head. It was like it was like a little.
I can see that.
When I was smoking, there was like a little demon, bro.
Yeah, I can see that. And some people, it makes them a little bit more paranoid about things. Like for me, it just kind of just slows shit down, relaxes it. But I've definitely heard people say that.
That's the way to be, and that's how it used to be. Then I quit. I quit for like 3 months for like over the summer shit. I just wanted to take like a tolerance break. Yeah. And then after that, I was just like, yo, fuck all this. I started getting back into it, and then that demon came to me and was talking, bro. And I was just like, yo, like, why would I put myself in my own mind? Why would I make myself unhappy and uncomfortable in my own mind? Exactly. So I was just like, fuck it. Like,
get rid of it,
yeah. So now all I do is drink now.
So the Baby's releasing some new music, and
the Baby?
Yeah, and the people were saying sounds like 59 of his other songs on repeat.
Oh, you talking about that preview?
Yeah, I seen it. I think it came out a day ago.
Yeah. Oh, it did. Oh shit, I'm asleep on that. What's it called?
I'm not sure. The clip came out.
Oh, the clip. Yeah, the preview. Yeah. I know exactly what you're talking about. Yeah. No, people were cooking them up in all those comment sections, man. Academics comment section is like the bane of the bane of Instagram, yo. All the trolls coming out, bro. That shit's fucking hilarious. But how do I feel about the Baby sound the same?
You think it sound the same? His music?
I think he has a very similar flow in a lot of his songs. I think it's also paired with he used a lot of beats from Jetson Made, who's a fucking phenomenal producer. Right. But paired with the producer who uses a similar style, and him usually sounding the same.
I think it's easy to get kind of like in that same flow of what works, because you know, like he got hits on top of hits. Yeah, same fucking bop. So it's like, why stop shit that's working?
I think if he stretches out his drops, people won't look at it the same way, and there will always be those trolls like, this sounds the same, fuck the Baby, because everyone will hate on everything.
And we know trolls don't mean shit. Like Drake had tons of trolls.
Oh, he still does.
Exactly.
Yeah. What are they saying, that he's trying to get with Millie Bobby Brown or some shit? Like,
I didn't hear about that one.
Yeah. Oh, you never heard about that? Yeah, bro. There's a lot of people on the internet. They think because Drake was he was like mentoring her, like talking to her like in a friendly way, and like people were like, oh shit, he's trying to smash an underage girl, because he's talked to other girls before who are like kind of young. Like, I think the girl he's dating right now is kind of young.
Who's the
She's
girl
18,
he was
19.
talking to? Shit, what was that girl's name? Bridget or? Her name Bridget? I forget.
She was like a young like model.
Yeah, from like overseas or something like that. But I mean, shit. I mean, the girl I'm talking to now, she's a little younger, but she's like 22 and I'm 26. I find
that's different.
Yeah, but I find younger girls to be like, I don't know. Maybe they're not as gone through so much shit, so they got a little bit less of a strict wall up. Maybe, I don't know. I can't really put my finger on it.
They're more open to opportunity.
Yeah. All right, so let's see here. No nigga can nut and put it back in.
Huh?
No nigga can nut and put it back in.
Can you nut and put it back in?
Yeah, apparently.
I mean, you can.
Someone said they can't, or someone said people can't. No person can do that. No guy can do that. Me personally, yeah.
I'm waiting on this response, yo. I'm waiting on this
personally, shit, I can. Just me personally. But I don't know how everybody else's situation is, but that's a myth. Hood Witch Queenie 16. That is a myth.
Shout out to Hood Witch Queenie 16.
So I'm gonna end with the last couple ones. I gotta get you to come on the actual podcast with Avery and shit.
That's just probably a geek.
Oh yeah, bro.
I need to tune in.
Oh yeah, bro.
You ask me a question like this, I don't even know how to answer that. Honestly,
this shit gonna be wild, bro.
I don't even know how to answer that, yo. Like, I mean, I probably could try. I could probably try. It might work. It might work sometimes. It depends on the day, for real.
Right. Depends on the day. The energy, you know what I'm saying? What you eat. Sometimes that shit goes into
exactly. Yeah, it's like, bro, if I eat some oysters or some shit, I might be able to keep it moving.
So someone said 2020, January, Kobe, February, Pop Smoke, March, fuck it, everybody. Damn, like when you put it that way, yo, like it's been a tough year, yo.
No kidding.
Start off, like every month has been some shit, like.
I saw a meme today. It was, if 2020 was described as a person, it'd be Ramsay from Game of Thrones.
I think I said that one. Oh man.
Wow.
Well, bro. I know we got to get out of here, man, but it's been a pleasure. You got anything else you want to say to the people before we get out of here?
Make sure to follow the Clout Cloud. We're the DMV's #1 hip-hop media outlet.
Yes, sir.
We get you updated on all the news 24/7.
Yes,
the
sir.
podcast summarizes the week. That's the Cloudtalk Podcast.
Yep.
So go follow at the Clout Cloud on Instagram and Twitter. The podcast is in the Instagram bio. And my personal Instagram is Joe_Ranney16. That's RANNEY 16. Don't be afraid to reach out or nothing, you know. I'm very open to working with as many people as possible. If it's not in the cards, then it might not be, but don't hesitate to shoot your shot with me. It definitely could get you on either the Hip Hop Drop Date podcast or the Cloudtalk podcast for sure.
Yes, sir. And this is the Sit Down with What's the Niche podcast. JLD. Joe, we out.
Hey.